Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. Today we are going to make Hello Dollies. Now, just a brief history because if you know me, you know that I am a history buff and I like to look at the history of the things that I'm cooking. So they are called Hello Dolly Bar cookies. They've also been known as magic cookies and 7-layer bar cookies. The first time that they were in publication was in September of 1965 in a women's magazine in Texas. I think it was called The Week magazine, like W-E-E-K, Week, or The Weekly magazine, something along those lines. I don't remember that exactly. Also around the time in the mid-60s, the Broadway musical Hello Dolly was very popular, and so exactly where it originated from is unknown. Some people say that it also was popular during the Great Depression, and it resurfaced in the 1960s. Now, the first time that I ever heard about Hello Dolly Bar cookies was in one of my favorite movies. This is called Dick, and it's got Kristen Dunst, Michelle Williams, and Ryan Reynolds has a very small part in it. It's basically two teenage girls that live in Northern Virginia, and they expose Nixon and the Watergate scandal, and it's got just all sorts of funny people in here. Will Ferrell is in here, and it's one of my favorites. But the girls make Hello Dollies for Nixon and his cabinet members, except in their recipe they add something that was very popular in the 1970s in the counterculture, and I'm just going to call them funny walnuts. But anyway, like I said, one of my favorite movies. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Hello Dollies are super easy and super versatile. I will put the original recipe in the description box below because you guys know that I like to mix things up and make do with what I have on hand and also my own personal preferences. So you are going to need 1.5 cups of crushed graham crackers. And you can also use Ritz crackers, you could use cookies, for instance, like vanilla wafers, something along those lines. You need 2 cups of chocolate chips, white chips, any variation. Again, I will put the original recipe is milk chocolate chips and white chocolate chips. I'm personally not a fan of white chocolate chips, so I will not be using those. But you guys could get really creative with what you put in there. I was thinking sometime I want to do like mini M&Ms, but you want 2 cups of something like that. It's supposed to be, like I said, chocolate chips and white chocolate, but anyway. And you need 1 cup of nuts. The original recipe calls for walnuts. I am using almonds because that is what I have on hand. And you need 1 cup of coconut. I personally love coconut, so I think that it could use more, but again, a personal preference. And basically you crumple up the graham crackers, mix it with 1/2 cup of melted butter, layer it in a 9x13 pan, push it down really good, and then you want to layer all the ingredients on top. I'm not going to layer it, I'm going to mix it up in a bowl, just personal preference, guys. And then you push all the ingredients down into the graham cracker crust. You take a can of sweetened condensed milk and you pour it over top of everything and you bake it. And also, guys, so after you bake it, you want to, of course, let it sit out. You can let this bar cookie sit out on the counter, unrefrigerated, for about 3 to 5 days for a soft cookie, and it can be in the refrigerator for about a week, but the cookie will be firmer. So it's personal preference, and it should make about 2 dozen bar cookies in the sheet. So we're going to start with the crust. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but I did not want to measure I've only ever made these once. This is only my second time making them. But I did not want to measure 1.5 cups of graham crackers. So I looked it up online, and 12 sheets of graham crackers is 1.5 cups. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So we're going to just do 1 pack of these because this is 9 graham crackers. Now I know I said 12, but from another recipe I recently did, I have these vanilla wafers and I don't want to waste them. So I'm going to go ahead and combine them with the graham crackers. So again, guys, just using what I got on hand. And we are going to put them, I am going to start smashing these. Make it a little easier. Now I would suggest using a rolling pin or a, what's it called? Like the KitchenAid mixer thing. I can't think, you know, the thing with the blender. Not like a blender you could use, but you know what I mean. I have one that I use for my applesauce, but the name of it's not coming to mind. That happens sometimes when I'm making a video. I swear I have a good vocabulary, but sometimes when you're being filmed and you're kind of put on the spot. But you want to make them into crumbs. Now you can buy graham cracker crumbs at the store as well. I'm just going to put them in a Ziploc. Get some of the air out of here. Now I don't have a rolling pin. Surprisingly, I don't. So we are going to improvise. I know you guys can't see too much. Let's see if we can turn you there. There we go. I'm going to use this cup that we got from the Pittsburgh Zoo. Stuff like this enough to justify getting a rolling pin, but it would go easier. This is working good. I know some of you guys like my improvising. And I'm sure people that are like professional chefs are probably like, but it's okay. So I'm gonna finish getting these prepped and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. So I've got the graham crackers all crunched up and I mixed them with the 1/2 cup of melted butter. Now, I know there's a lot of purists out there, but just so you know, use what you got on hand. I've totally done recipes like this using vegetable oil or can't believe it's not butter or margarine. You know, use what you got on hand, guys. Coconut oil would probably be pretty good too, since you're already putting coconut in the recipe, but you know, do what you guys want to do. So, the original recipe does not say anything about spraying the container with Pam, but I'm going to. And when I made them the first time, they did not stick, so I'm going to be very generous with the Pam. Get all the sides. There we go. And I've already got the oven preheating to 325. And you guys can't really see, but I'm just gonna pour this in, pour the crumbs in here. There we go. And then you're just going to want to push them in to the baking dish, okay? So you're going to spread them out. Let me see. That's making quite a sound. There we go. Let's see if this is better. Okay, so then we're just going to push the graham crackers into here. And you just want to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. They said that you want it to be, you know, as even as possible. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that and show you what we're working with. Now we are going to go ahead and mix everything together to put in the crust. I did end up using a spatula like you would cook with, and it helped push everything down. So I'm going to use the same bowl that I did the graham cracker crust in, just so that we're limiting dirty dishes. And I've got my almonds chopped here. And I've got chocolate chips, I've got butterscotch, I've got these caramel bites, and I also have these hot cocoa and marshmallow. And I'm kind of debating about what ones I want to use. I think I'm going to use the chocolate and caramel for this one. I think that that would be really good. So we need 2 cups. And these chocolate chips came from the Dollar Tree. Do some of these caramels. Now I've never used these before. Oh yeah, that's good. These caramel bites. And as you guys know, my measurements are never exact. They're a little on the fun side. And then we have some sweetened coconut flakes. These came from Walmart, but I have bought them from the Dollar Tree before, so that is an option. Now let me get, keep wanting to flip you guys. There we go. And again, the recipe says to layer, but I'm just gonna mix it all together and it'll be fine. There we go. And there we have everything mixed together in here. Now I'm going to put everything into the container, into our baking dish here. There we go. And then we are just going to spread this out. You want to spread it out as evenly as possible. And then I'm going to take the spatula and we're going to push it down. You just want to keep pushing. I still need to figure out a way for you guys to see more of what I do, but the way that my kitchen is set up is like this, so there's not really like an easier way. But you know, I know you guys are here for the personality and less for the cooking. Just kidding. Okay, so we're pushing this down, pushing this down, pushing this down. Now, we are going to pour the sweetened condensed milk on top. Just on top, guys. Now, I'm only going to do a little bit, and then I'm going to show you guys something that I saw online that I think it helped me the last time. I'm going to take a little bit of milk and add it. And then I'm going to take a knife and mix it, because then it makes it a little bit more spreadable. And this definitely worked for me last time, so I think that it is a good way to get it all in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. Okay, so I've got it all mixed together, and then I'm going to just slowly pour it over top. And you want to try to cover it as evenly as possible, but we all know how that goes. You just do your best. And this sweetened condensed milk, if I haven't mentioned, this came from the Dollar Tree, and it is cheaper than at Walmart. Let me use one of my spatulas here. We got that all going. Just gonna my hands are awfully sticky from the sweetened condensed milk. And I stole my own towel from myself. Get a new one. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this looks like, and then we're going to get it in the oven. And so, as you guys can see, it is the graham cracker crust and all the goodies, and then the sweetened condensed milk on top. And I'm going to cook that at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. Last time I made it, I did it for 25 minutes and it came out perfect, but it just depends on your oven. And it says when the coconut is golden brown, that's when you know that you're good. So my Hello Dollies took 30 minutes this time. Last time I made them with a friend, and so we used their oven, but in my oven it took 30 minutes, and the timer is about to go off. And then we're gonna pull them out and just let them cool off. We got a couple more seconds. Up there it goes. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out. Let me turn off the oven so I don't forget. Okay guys, so these are my bar cookies, nice and hot from the oven. They smell so good. And I'm just gonna set them over here. I have some trivets down, and I just have a tea towel. And I am gonna let them completely cool, and then I will cover them and once they're completely cooled down, I'll cover them up and just leave them on the counter. Tomorrow, we are going to have Thanksgiving at my parents' house. We always have Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving with my family, but that's not important for the story. But that is what they are for. I'm taking them to my family's Thanksgiving. So they're really tasty, definitely worth trying. Again, guys, I will put the original recipe in the description box below. And I hope that you guys got something out of this video, or at least had a nice time. I certainly did. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life of Mercedes. Until next time, guys, bye.